Hello ladies and gents, we're back with more FF14. We just took on Xenos for round 2 and went way better than it went first time, but we still lost. Plot armor. I don't think we were followed. Gods, I have no idea what was going through that man's head, but I'm heartily glad he decided to leave. Oh, and don't thank us, thank Alphino. He's at the House of the Fierce, patiently awaiting your gratitude. You should have seen the way he turned pale when he heard about Yugiri's plan, and how you, of all people, had decided to help her. He was in such a panic, barking orders, calling for a squadron of to be assembled. As were you. I was rather composed, as I recall, though that is neither here nor there. All the little angels. Oh, we got an ether current for this. Can you believe it? We faced on the Crown Prince himself and lived to tell the tale. You've no idea what this means for us. Everyone's talking about getting more weapons and armor, and we're not going to stop until we've taken back our homeland. Ah, right. Getting a bit ahead of ourselves, aren't we? We've got the wounded to tend to first. We should get back to the village. Look how excited he is. Vector, we get to go back to your house again soon. Vector, I'm fairly certain I know who your favorite character in this expansion is going to be, and I'm excited for you to meet him. Or her. How are you feeling? After fighting that demon, I can only imagine. I suppose I ought to apologize to you. Or, you know. Anyway, thank you for not giving up on us. The shinobi, too.
How are you feeling, my lady?
Much the better for my comrades' ministrations and your most generous hospitality. You need not worry.
Good. If there is anything else we can do for the two of you, anything at all, just ask.
Stare any harder and you're like to burn a hole in them. Go and say your piece, for goodness sake.
I've got nothing more to say to them. I'm going to find out how the others are getting on.
Gosetsu, Mistress Alize, I owe you an apology. I acted with reckless disregard for my own safety, and endangered I know not how many others in so doing. Scorning your wise counsel, I knowingly defied our master's wishes, and left you no choice but to follow suit.
Nonsense. I followed our master's wishes to the letter. Consider once more his words, and the intent therein. In offering his head, he but sought to shield his people from harm, loyal retainers included. You must value your life more highly, Shadow Walker.
On the other hand, your recklessness did serve as an inspiration to many. Mayhap you should not be so hard on yourself. In any event, if you must apologize profusely, it seems only right that you expend as much effort thanking the one person who supported your plan from the first.
That it does. There are no words which will suffice. But thank you.
And there they are!
12 be praised.
When I learned of your rather questionable plot to assassinate Xenos, I feared we would need to recruit a new Primal Slayer.
I'm sorry we couldn't be there. Alize made me swear to stay behind no matter what. I think she was worried I'd hurl myself at Xenos the moment I set eyes on him.
What? You'll forgive me for changing the subject, but now would seem a good time to discuss where we go from here. Though the Empire has yet to retaliate, the fact remains that we have revealed our presence and signaled our intentions in so doing. It is only a matter of time before the Imperials move against us. Given that we lack the strength to oppose them, 'tis plain some manner of brilliant stratagem is required. Therefore, I yield the floor to the preeminent tactician of our time with whom I was privileged to share a room.
If you insist. While in Kagane, we debated a number of approaches and were eventually forced to concede that we cannot look to the Alliance for aid. Even were it possible to ferry sufficient forces and materiel from Eorzea in a timely manner, such a massive undertaking would not long escape the attention of the Empire. It would be a miracle if our ships reached the shore. Fortunately, according to Tataru and Hancock's intelligence, the Empire has withdrawn most of its forces from Doma in the past year, leaving her relatively unguarded. That being the case, a popular uprising, spearheaded by the full might of the Doman Liberation Front, may feasibly be sufficient to threaten the seat of provincial government, namely Doma Castle. 'Twould be rather easier said than done, of course, but I have seen worse plans prevail.
Then we must needs meet with Lord Heien and convince him to return, for there is no surer way to inspire our people to rise up as one. He desired proof of his subjects' conviction, and they have provided it, through no less a deed than openly opposing Xenos himself.
It will work. It has to work. And next time, we will defeat him.
Yes, it will work. Next time, we will defeat him. And I would say next time on Dragon Ball Z, but we're continuing on now, so... I will be traveling to the Azim Steppe, Miro. I found Lord Heien once before, and I'm confident I can do so again. Moreover, it was me whom he put the question of Doma's resolve. I feel it is my duty to deliver to him our people's reply. Our countrymen indeed speak for themselves. Lord Heien cannot deny the truth in their hearts. Too long has it been since I looked on his face. It would be a great comfort to see him again, and no small effort or comfort if you were to join us in the search, I should add. I wonder what kind of man Heien is. From what I've heard, he's about the same age as me. And then there's Fordola, who isn't a whole lot younger than us both. Like her, he was born and raised in an imperial province. This is all he's ever known, but unlike her, he chose to do something about it. I want to meet him. I want to know why. Maybe if I understood that, it'll help me understand a lot of things. The beloved king returning to urge his countrymen to rise up in rebellion. Not a story you'd ever hear in Charlene or Ul'dah, is it? Not in those words, perhaps, but no land's people is so cynical to be wholly immune to inspiration. Singular individuals have the power to move hearts and minds no matter where they go. Doubtless you speak from personal experience. As much as this Lord Heien intrigues us, Miro, there are vital tasks to be attended to here. Preparations for the inevitable assault on Doma Castle, for one. There's also the matter of coordinating our efforts with the Confederacy and our comrades in Kugane. Dealing with this troublesome aetherite, I could go on, but you understand. Aye, so it goes. We all have our responsibilities. We shall depart for the Azium Steppe at once. You'll be joining us, Miro. For our part, we shall do what we can to aid the Doman Liberation Front in your absence. We will refrain from conducting any large-scale operations in your absence, and instead devote our energies to bolstering our ranks and training our new recruits. When you return, we will be ready for war. If anything happens, if you need us to come back sooner, you'd better contact us. Noble sacrifices are our last resort, remember? Follow me, my friends. We have many miles to travel before we reach reunion. Wait! Don't leave yet! Here, take these for the road. It's simple fare, but it's the least we can do for you after what you did for us. It may be stupid and naive of me to say this, but I will. When you come back, we'll finish what we started. We'll beat the Imperials and we'll win our freedom. So, don't keep us waiting too long. Look at that. Meanwhile, in the keep of Doma Castle.
I would expect no less of Bahamut's conqueror. Prepare the airship. His Radiance will not object. We have fulfilled our obligations here. I would see this prize for myself. Do you understand why I appointed you to act in my stead? You, whose only accomplishment was to whisper the right words in the right ear. Because of your petty hatreds, they render you the perfect instrument to bleed your kinsman of hope, to make an example of Doma, such as was ordered. Listen well. If you yield Doma to the rebels, you will not be given another chance to beg forgiveness. Do your duty, now. Or die with the rest of them.
Are you all right, my lady? That was uncalled for. Oh!
They say your Eorzean is helping the rebels. I want her dead. I want her friends dead. I want the heads of everyone she knows and loves mounted on the castle walls.
You mean I can finally go after her? I've been waiting for this chance. I promise you, my lady, she won't escape this time. Not
this time. Oh no.
Aye, this is the place. When his shade was banished, you swore to leave this life behind. And yet here you are. Yet, if this be the work of the eyes, what choice do you have but to end it? Or so the boy would say. Damn you, Alphino.
Put your wings up. Okay. We should get an achievement for this, a title for this, I think. Oh, I didn't put on the title for a Confederacy. Oops. Oh well. We are now Adversary Miro Apprentice. Yeah, look at that, guys. Estinians back in the fray. Here, there be Zayla. If all are ready, let us depart for reunion in the Azim Steppe. Our route will be somewhat circuitous, and we will need to return to the Ruby Sea and head north along the coast past Asari. Alright. How the fuck do we get out of there? Alright. Let's mana worm our way over there. Look at these gigantic tigers. That's right, Mira. Uh-huh. Sure. You're very mini. That's right, guys, we're heading back to the Ruby Sea. We do get to go to the rest of Doma eventually. Like, there's still a huge part of this map we haven't gone to yet, but that's for later. For now, we'll pass through the Ruby Sea up here to the north. There's another exit we didn't go through. I can actually fly here. I don't know why I'm still running. It's like the one area I can still I can fly in. From here we will turn north until we arrive at a cave, through which we must pass in order to reach the Azim Steppe. Lys and Gosetsu have already gone on ahead. We should carry on as well. There's Lys. Island Geddon. Here's Gosetsu. And here's our cave, guys. Now we're gonna head through to the Azim Steppe. Like I said, this area reminds me a lot of Monster Hunter. Maybe you guys will get the same impression of it.
I remember the emptiness, vast and endless. The Azim Steppe, home to countless roaming tribes. A sacred land, watched over by elder gods. Here, we would find Doma's salvation. With the wind at our backs, we walked on, in search of hope, in search of him.
Like I said, I get huge Monster Hunter vibes from this zone. Maybe it's all the banners and that are around like that. Made me think of Monster Hunter, but it's also they had a Monster Hunter crossover with FF14, which you can still do, and we may do later. Yeah, it takes place on the Azim Steppe, so I give you the Azim Steppe, Miro. Though I should say this is but one small portion of it. Despite the close proximity, Domans rarely venture this far north. Most find these lands and their people strange and foreign. Fortunately, those who frequent Reunion are more welcoming than most. Come, it is not much farther. And 92 yalms to the north. Well, we just happen to be heading to the north. Which would put us right in the general area of our etherite. Or ether. Charge. There it is. There it is. The elemental hero Flame Wingman. Welcome to Reunion, my friends. Here is where we will begin our search for Lord Heien. Oh, we got a gunblade and a doman, or a dancer weapon. The search for Lord Heien. When last I spoke with Lord Heien, he had spent much time in these markets. I had hoped we might find him here today, but alas. Hey, Yugiri, I've been meaning to ask. There are an awful lot of Zayla here, aren't there? Oh, I assumed you knew. The Azim Steppe has been home to the nomadic tribes of the Zayla since antiquity. More than 50 roam these lands, and though they do not constitute a nation, there is a hierarchy of sorts, determined through ritual combat. Funny, if they're so busy fighting each other, you'd think the Empire would be able to march in and take the steppe with ease. I wonder why they haven't. Why indeed, Lise. Why indeed. Perhaps they see little value in it, especially given the fierce reputation of the Zayla warriors who would fight tooth and nail to oppose them. These lands were not made for men. The soil is thin, the weather unforgiving. The Zayla found ways to survive, it is true, but they are made of sterner stuff than most Imperials, conscript or citizen. But thanks for taking the time to explain. It sounds like I've got a lot to learn. Later, I mean. We're meant to be looking for Heien. People from many tribes gather in Reunion to trade goods and information. I should be surprised if we cannot learn something of value here. Let us make our inquiries separately. Miro, why don't you speak with some of the merchants here? Hey, Chambui. Booze, fresh booze, your choice of lamb or zo. Guaranteed to satisfy. How many will you have, miss? Hey, a doman. Unless another Dazkar is keeping him in her yurt, he is not here. More fool for her if she took a doman for a husband. But enough about domans. Let us speak of booze instead. You cannot come to the Azim Steppe and not sample the most traditional of delicacies. What fortune you have come hither at this time? Freshly slaughtered, every cut available on request. Organs too, hearts, livers, brains, or a brace of blood sausage if you desire only a snack. A doman, poor meat they make, domans. I jest. I did see a young mole in the company of one some few days ago. Hey look, it's Balder. Before we speak to you, Balder, I'm just gonna tune to our ether right here. Alright, we can now teleport here. Roasted fish with pumpkin, an exotic foreign delicacy, cooked to perfection, beloved without the step. Come, come. You seek domins? Then you are come to the wrong place, my friend. Delicious as my foodstuffs are, they find little flavor with those from the south. Now, if it were Goro you were looking for on the other hand, then I might be able to help you. They flock to my stall. Spare my gear, why not? Hey, there's a Goro. Hey, look, horses. Come on, horse. I have brought you a new brush, my beloved. So smooth and silky your mane shall be, the envy of every other man. Say again, you're seeking who? Ah, the Doman. I know of whom you speak. He comes and goes with a mole girl. Though I could not describe her. I only know she is mole because I heard them talking as they passed. But the chat wouldn't say, use your keyboard or the software and contains mole to ask Zayla and the reunion if they are of the mole tribe. Alright, so we can say anything we want as long as it says mole. So we can walk up to this person here, right? Click on them and then say, yo, bitch. You mole? I am Ura, if you must know. Oh, sorry, I clicked out of that. One of their mole. Are you? You take me for a mole? I am Orinir. Compare me not with one so weak and lowly. Okay. There's Serena. Let's say, are you one of the weak and lowly mole? Yes, I am mole. My name is Serena. May I help you? Sick. We found her, guys. She is short. Oh, I see. You were looking for Heien. In that case... How urgent this business must be to leave our conversation unfinished. The Kinsai. Will you buy it? There is but one bundle left. If not, then... I will. Though I had not thought to pay so high price. It is a bargain for which you should be grateful. If you lack the coin, then the fault is your own. And you will leave with nothing. Please, I must have the Kinsai. The gods themselves requested it. We are bound to their will. Pay me the difference in Whisper Root. I will sell it to the next apothecary to pass the reunion, and we will each feel fairly treated. But do not tarry. Should another come before you, coin in hand, I will not refuse him. I understand. Thank you for this kindness. I'm sorry, but we will speak of Heien later. I cannot leave reunion without that Kinsai. Can I just buy it for her and move this along? Hey, Boots. You want to help me? Is that it? I do not know what to say. Thank you, Miro. Thank you. The lumbering ones we must fell wandered the plains west of Reunion. If we harvest two, then we should have enough Whisper Root. Return here when you've finished. Good luck. Northwest, huh? Alright, well we gotta go southwest for this quest. Hey, let's head on down here and find some, there it is. I like the sun though, it's very tranquil. They say the weather's really bad and whatnot, but I only ever remember the clear skies on the sun. So. Yeah, did you guys like the new ability we put forth on Xenos there? The ability to triple cast Fire 3 or Fire 4, sorry. I mean, you could use it on Fire 3 if you want, I guess. It's a step dole. Shit. Thought I already cast Fire 3. Oops. This is gonna suck. Alright, we're gonna summon Bob Dole to help us out here. We got him. All right. Make our way back to Serena. Welcome back, Mil. Have you brought the whisper root? Blessed is he who shows kindness to strangers, for with fortune does he ever ride. Will this quantity suffice? It shall. The Kinsai is yours. The gods favor you more than you know, child. Udgan rarely ever need of such herbs, and so my stock is limited. Had you come a day earlier or later, I would have none for you. Perhaps the gods guided me here, as they guided grandmother, as they guided this woman from the west.
Hey! How goes the search? Any luck?
What fortune to meet a friend of the young master!
Well met, Serena. If you have an inkling as to the current whereabouts of Lord Heien, we should be most grateful for your assistance.
Oh, please! It is I who should be grateful.
Hold! What is this? I came first, you second! Know you to whom you speak? All people of the Steppe should. Or have you fought so much that you have forgotten the fate of your superiors? Superiors? I spit on your superiority, little prince! Twisted and mad as sand devils your kind are!
Those two don't seem to like each other very much.
Those boys are of the Oronir and Dothal, the two strongest tribes. The children of Azim are destined to rule, so they declare to all who will listen. Their word is law, for now. Grand, flamboyant fighters, but deadly, very deadly. He prances as a horse, as do his brothers after their many recent victories. The Undying ones too are strong, fearless, and vicious. They often reigned in the past. Now they are sorely tested. Ah, the master of the markets. He is Castilla. To fight in reunion is forbidden, and to break the peace is to be banished forever. This he says without words, for words are lies to the Castilla. They do not speak.
That's... interesting. And all these different tribes share the same lands, do they? No wonder it's tense.
Ha! I shall look for you on the field at the Nardum. Mark my words! As shall I! Mayhap I shall take 11 more Dothar heads to make a dozen with yours. I look forward to the day!
The dispute will be settled at the Nardum?
A great battle held on the final day of the Sahan-San. During this time, all bonds of hierarchy are broken. All Zayla are equal and free to prepare for the fight. The tribe which triumphs in the Nardum rules until the next Sahan-San, which in these lands is now.
Ah, so that is what they call the custom. I presume your tribe will also be taking part?
Not all seek the Dawn Throne. Some are satisfied with their lot. Others, like the Kestir, have reason to remain neutral. Them all are lambs among wolves. Long were we content to remain apart and live quietly, but... Never mind that. You seek Hien, yes? I know where he may be.
Vector, would you sleep with one of the Ornir or one of the Dotharo? I guess give a sec, we'll be right back, and then we got more FF14 for you.